All right, I'm gonna be showing you guys the best way to farm money AFK in the Forge. And if you guys want more methods like this, I can hook y'all up like crazy. Just drop a like, drop a sub, just stay tuned into the content and I will hook you guys up. I got y'all. So I've been messing with this for a couple of days and I found this method myself and I haven't seen anybody trying to do it in any servers or no one talking about it video wise. So I'll tell you guys what you need. This method consists of killing NPCs and I'll show you guys how much I made from just one night of farming. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna put all my SS in, and we're gonna see I made 150k from overnight, bro. So to be able to do this, you're gonna need a couple things. Some of these you can skip past, but some of these you're gonna need. Number one is going to be you need a decent weapon. Right now I have a demonite mythical dagger, or not dagger, sword. I've got all my enchants on there. I recommend putting some burn or something on here. You're gonna need something to kind of, in case they get away from you, to kind of finish them off, along with another amazing thing. If you have the demon race, you are almost set for this. To be honest, you could have any weapon, whatever. Demon race is super important because you have a 25% chance to burn the enemy when damage is taken. So when they hit you, you have a chance to burn them and do extra damage to them. Editing Uno here, forgive me. I also forgot to say this method is best done with 2 people. It is doable with 1. You can do it by yourself. As you can see, I did it by myself and I still got a decent amount of money, but sometimes it'll glitch. You guys will understand later on in the video. So if you have a friend who AFK farms also, you could have him join you and you will see how to do this later on in the video. But yeah, 2 people is the best. 1 person is still works, but it's not the best. So once you have a decent weapon, you have the demon race, or you can have some other race to kind of tank you, give you extra health or something. You want to come over here to the cave. So once you come over to the cave and you want to head down here, right? There's a certain area you want to do this in, and you kind of have to position yourself perfectly, or else it'll kind of mess up overnight. But you'll still get kills, but it kind of won't work as good as it's supposed to. So there's 2 spots you can do this. You can do this right here in this area. You can stand in the middle, right? And you see they'll hit me and they'll burn. They'll literally just get killed. So you could do it exactly right here and they pretty much hit you. If you can tank the hits, and you can also M1 at the same time. So if they try to hit you, boom, they're dead. So you do burn damage in case they're behind you. Standing in the middle right here, NPCs will spawn behind you, in front of you, and I think 1 more to the left. Or you can kind of do it in this corner. If you do it in this corner, whichever one that spawns right here will kind of aggro to you, but sometimes it spawns all the way over here, which is why you kind of want to stand in the middle. So you can find other areas, your own area, to kind of do this in, and AFK auto click and kill enemies, and then you can sell your essence, right, to get a whole lot of money. And this is a really good farm for money, along with runes, to be able to get something really good rune wise. And then on top of that, you can fill your inventory with bonite from killing NPCs, so you get ores, essence, runes from this, and money. It's like, holy bro, it can't get better than this. Now quickly, I am going to do this version also. I know some of you guys may not have this area unlocked. This is kind of for the people who are a little more advanced, and then I'll go back to explaining the easier version. So if you have the goblin cave unlocked, you're gonna make a lot of money. Trust me. So you want to come over here and you want to enter the goblin cave. So when you enter the goblin cave, I just killed them, so they're not going to spawn. If you sit directly right here, try to sit like in the middle of this line, there are 2 slimes that'll spawn. One will spawn directly right here. If not right here, it will spawn over there. But the movements of the slime in this game are very, like, they're very fast and they move like weirdly. So it'll move in a like kind of like a triangle. I know I'm yapping, but listen, just trust me. It'll move like, if you watch my arrow key, it'll move like, it'll spawn right here. It'll move this way, and it'll come back to you because it'll kind of see you in this like circle, and it'll come, you'll be able to hit it. And there's also one that spawns over there. You saw him right there. Sometimes it'll spawn over there, but I know always there's one that spawns right here. If you kill this one, if it's all the way back here, eventually it'll start spawning where it should. So just kill these guys and eventually they'll spawn over here sometimes, or they'll kind of move towards you. So if you sit directly right here, yep, see, it immediately he spawns. So we have this one right here, actually. I didn't know this one spawned over here too. So we have this one right here. So if he hits us, he dies. This one, watch, he'll move in my direction. You just got to give it some time. He's slowly coming this way. See, boom, he aggroes onto me. I told you guys, oh my god, the blazing slime, holy. Okay, so this is why this is a little more advanced area. So if you, I recommend turning your camera like this way. Yeah, definitely this way, and M1ing. So it'll move how I just said, and it'll come towards you. It'll aggro onto you because it sees you. So there's 2 that spawn here. I didn't know one spawned right here. They always spawn right here. So I don't know if they're going to change that. I hope not. So as you'll see, he'll aggro onto me again. Look, immediately he comes towards me. Boom, easy, bro. For some reason, they have a huge AoE box or something. They're able to see you from like across the map. So that's very good for AFKing. You can come over here, AFK easily just like that. This is probably the best spot, but I'll go back to the easier version for my people who are like just starting out and want something simpler, or maybe they don't have, you know, strong enough armor or weapons to kind of do the slimes, because the slimes have the same HP as like some of the stronger NPCs, but they don't do as much damage. So let me go back to the normal version. This is the best spot if you want. Okay, so actually I might have been lying to you guys. For some reason, it seems that that spot doesn't work 100% and this spot is actually better right here. And I think if you don't physically kill them, they spawn back a lot faster. So if they die to your burn damage or something as a demon race, they spawn back way faster. I mean, like if it was like 5 minutes, it would be like a minute or 30 seconds here. Like, look, he just came back instantly just like that. So for some reason, if those two spots over there are filled out with slimes and this one is still here, it will spawn back either right here by this rock or right here to your left over and over and over again. And we'll see, it's probably going to spawn back in a couple of seconds. So I think this spot will work also. Look, boom, he's back again. This spot will work like crazy right here. And also that one sometimes, maybe, but I think it'll only work if this one isn't dead right here. But you can obviously see this spot is a lot better and it works right here. So this area right here definitely is working. I want to try killing him and seeing if he doesn't spawn in, but let me try. I'm gonna kill him with my sword next time he spawns in, and we're gonna see if he spawns in faster, about the same, if he moves. Let's see if anything changes. So let's kill him with my sword. Boom, we kill him with our sword. Let's see what happens to him now if he spawns back fast. Okay, he spawns back. Okay, so no, I just found the best spot. Oh my gosh. So yeah, this spot is a lot better. So you want to wait for 2 slimes to spawn right here. And then I think, yeah, there's 2 slimes right here. 3 slimes actually. Oh my god, because all the spots are filled for the slimes, it forces it to keep spawning right next to you. Oh my god, that's actually meta. Okay, so I think I figured it out this time. That's actually insane. So the method definitely works, but as you see, he stopped spawning right here and he started spawning over there. So I think if you do this with 2 people and you have 1 person over here and 1 person over here, it'll keep spawning back and forth between you guys kinda. And I think that might be the best method, because sometimes it'll spawn over there and obviously you can't get it or aggro it. So this method is probably best done with 2 people. So we'll continue with the normal method, but take into account that you should probably be doing this with 2 people, but it is possible with 1. In this area, the goblin cave, especially the slimes over here, are probably the best place to farm these guys because they don't spawn anywhere else in the cave. They only spawn, sometimes there's one like in the middle right here, but they only spawn over here in this area right here, over in this little crevice right here, as you can see them. And they only spawn all the way up to like where this slime is right here. So they're like all lined up right here for you. So if you kill one, they'll either spawn back over here, spawn back over here, spawn back over here. So you could like have 1 person AFK right here and then have another person AFK like right here. So then these guys will get aggroed onto them. And I'm telling you, hey, this is the best method, I'm not gonna lie. Let's get back to the easier version for some of you guys though. But you're gonna have to position yourself pretty good. You could also go right here. You kind of just have to find out where they're spawning. Sometimes they don't always spawn in the same spot. So you kind of have to position yourself where they can all kind of aggro onto you. So trying to find the middle center of a certain area. You could also come over here. This is a good area over here where you kind of AFK in between these 2 and one will always aggro onto you. Sometimes that one won't. You can see he's pretty far, but there's always one that spawns right here and there's always one that kind of spawns right here, but you'll probably only get one that aggroes onto you. So even if you only have, look at this, they're already back, and if I stand right here in the middle, if I were to stand right here in the middle, boom, I would kill them instantly, bro. So obviously you need a weapon that's strong. Oh, this one too. See, this is I think this is the best position. Hopefully there isn't like a million people trying to do this after this video and then nobody can find a position. But if you find a position right here, honestly, you could do this with someone else. 1 person facing this way, the other one facing this way, and you both kind of kill whatever spawns on the side. But obviously you could do this almost anywhere. There isn't a one specific spot that's the best. You could find your own. You could probably do this at first island also. But obviously you'd need some, I wouldn't say, you don't really need armor. You just need a decent weapon and some decent armor, because you can kind of tank their hits, because it takes them like maybe a couple of minutes to spawn back. So you could heal in the meantime. So it's not that bad. And you can see why I said demon is very good, because when they hit you, they take burn damage. I don't think angel has anything like that. Let me see if there's any other races that kind of have something like that, where if maybe it gives you extra defense, maybe like golem or something, or maybe you do extra burn damage. So if we come to the wiki, we can see most of these just give luck and boost. You actually lose health from zombie, you lose health from goblin, lose health from undead. So if you have these, maybe actually undead would be really good, because second chance this refills 50% of your health when health is under 10% every 5 minutes. So undead could be really good for this if you have undead. Orc could also be good for this because you have more physical damage, more health, and more size. Dwarf would not be good for this really. Shadow would be good for this for the extra. Oh, you lose health actually from Shadow, but you get more attack speed, so it could kind of be good. So you can kind of do this with any race. Don't be scared. I think Minotaur will probably be extremely good for this because you get 20% more health, and then while your health is under 50%, you activate a rage mode, increasing movement speed and physical damage by 30%. So whenever you're getting too low, NPCs get you too low, maybe they're spawning in too frequently, you can do that extra damage with Minotaur. Minotaur, is that Minotaur? I'm saying that wrong. Minotaur. Dragonborn, 40% chance to burn enemies and deal 30% of weapons damage per second for 3 seconds. Dragonborn will be amazing for this. Also, you get more HP and more physical damage. Holy. Golem would be really good for this. You get more health. Angel, I think this, surprisingly, this wouldn't be too good because all you get is like jump boost and stamina and like luck and dash cooldown for some reason. But yeah, I think Demon will be extremely good for this. Demon, Dragonborn, Minotaur, I don't know what else was it, Golem, stuff like that. So most of the legendaries and a couple of the commons and rares. This has been working for me for the past, I think maybe a day or two. I have been testing it. You can get a lot of essence from this. It's just the only thing you really need to focus on is positioning yourself pretty well. You can kind of see that sometimes they take a little bit to spawn. I'm not gonna lie. So trying to make yourself in a middle where like a lot spawn is probably your best bet. And also they can move you whenever they hit you. So that's another thing to take into account. So if you can perfect your position, farm overnight, you get like a free 150 to 200k pretty easily. Along with that, you get some ores. So if you add the ores, look, they spawn back just like that. If you throw some ores in there too, that's probably like another maybe 20k. And then your runes, you can get a really good rune for your armor or weapon or pickaxe, which is another amazing thing. So you could have a full inventory of runes that are amazing. You can look through them after. So yeah, I think this is probably the best AFK method. And along with that, you level up because the thing is, if you do mining, eventually your inventory is going to get full, and then that's it. You can only farm for maybe like an hour max, and then your inventory is full, and then that's it. But this one you can farm all night, and even if your inventory gets full, you still get experience, money, and essence, because essence doesn't take any inventory space, I'm pretty sure, right? So obviously, yeah, it doesn't take space. We have like 1,000, bro. Yeah, it doesn't take any space. So that's the really good thing about essence. You can farm an infinite amount if you really wanted to. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'd say obviously, because I do a lot more damage, my favorite spot is definitely the Goblin Cave right here. This is definitely a good spot. There might be other spots too. If it gets maybe too many people are doing it, you'll probably find another spot yourself, which is not too hard. You can probably do one like right here too. These two look to seem they spawn pretty close. Holy, what am I saying? They look like they spawn pretty close together. So yeah, you can probably do right there also. So yeah, it's not that hard to find. Well, a little bit is a little hard to find a decent spot where a lot of them spawn. But yeah, overall, it's not too bad, and it's a decent way to make a lot of money, man. I got y'all. You guys know I don't gatekeep at all. If the method works, I'm gonna make sure it works, and then I'm gonna show it to you guys. I always hook you guys up with some type of AFK method, or I always help you guys in the games. So drop a like, drop a sub for me, show some love. Besides that, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.